After watching this video, you would not need a visa agent. In this video, I'll be explaining you how to prepare your German student visa application. So let's get started. Please welcome to our channel, Way Out With Us. I, along with my partner Jyoti, we create Europe-related informative videos and travel content. Today's video would be a step-by-step guide for preparing checklist documents required for your visa appointment. So do not forget to hit the subscribe button and let's get started. Considering now you already have got the admission letter from a German university, and by now I'm hoping that you already know what an APS certificate is, because that would be needed for you to book the visa appointment. And if you don't know what an APS certificate is, we have made this video where we talk about APS certification and how to get it. So considering you have both these documents, APS and the acceptance letter, now you were able to book your visa appointment. So now let's quickly go through the checklist documents, and do not worry, you would find all the links in the description. So just watch the video until the end and you would know how to fill up all these forms. Well, allow me to share my screen in order to navigate you through the student visa procedure. And I'm hoping you already know about this website, German Missions in India. So here you just have to simply go on services, click on visa information, and then you simply scroll down and look for the visa that you are applying for. In our case, we are talking about the national visa, which is more than 90 days. So we simply click on this one. On this list, you would simply find the German national visa, and of course, you would find all these other visas as well, which are more than 90 days. But in our case, today we are talking about student visa. So simply we click on this one and the student visa. So this is the checklist required for your German national visa. Let's quickly go through it. And actually, this document or this website has been updated since 1st November 2022. So basically from 2022 November onwards, this is the checklist that you have to follow. Let's quickly go through it. Application form. This is the form that I would be filling until the end of the video. Let's quickly go through all the other documents that we have on this checklist. There's this declaration form, which you can simply click on it and fill up. In this one, you just have to fill up your name, address, and place and postal code where you live, phone number, your email ID. And then you simply click on you agree on being contacted via email. And in this case, you have to kind of select either, if in case there's a rejection, how would you want to be notified? So you simply just by email or post, you can click on this one, and then I write your name and postal address and date and signature. So that is it. After this, we have, of course, the copy of your passport page and a statement of purpose, a motivation letter, of course. For this, I would quickly give you a reference, and that would be this letter. Yes, you can go through. This is a draft letter that I've created for myself that you could also prepare, where you talk about who you are, your passport number, which university have you got the admission letter in, and of course, you could also mention what kind of blocked account have you opened, what's probably the account number, and how much amount you're putting in, and some basic information about yourself, that your course is in English or German, etc. And that's pretty much it. This would be your statement of purpose for the visa. And at the top, you don't have to worry about that what you're writing, if it's correct or not. You can just simply write to visa office and continue. Let's quickly talk about the next certificate, which is the APS certificate. Of course, you need your APS certificate, and you already have an APS number, which was required in order to book the visa appointment. So do not forget this as well. And proof of admit. This would be your letter of acceptance from the university that you have got. Another thing that you have to take care during this visa appointment is, so for example, in many cases, what happens is that, in some cases, it happens that you got the admission letter from a German university in an English course without giving IELTS. Yes, that's possible as long as you show that you have done your bachelor's in English. But during this visa appointment, you have to make sure and remember that you don't have to worry about not knowing German or not having IELTS, as long as it is written in your admission letter that you know English and the admission was possible on the basis of your bachelor's degree, which was done in English. So don't get confused between these things. And as long as you're going for an English course, you do not have to worry about showing German language certification here. They do not need your German language certification, as long as it is written in many cases that, okay, this student needs to have A2 or B1 certification in German by this semester, or even before the registration of the masters. So please don't worry about it. As long as you know English, as long as you have IELTS, or probably you have done your bachelor's in English, you can show these two documents, and on the basis of that, you would get the visa. You don't have to worry about not knowing German at this point. And then we have this. So in this, you could include all your, probably your 10th class certificate, 12th class certificate, and so. CV is straightforward, your resume, in which you can talk about what are work experiences you have so far. And then of course, proof of financial means is the blocked account that you could show. And until now, the amount is 11,208 euros. After this, of course, you have to show that you have paid your charges for the tuition fees. It is different for different universities, but for visa it would be important that you have paid, for example, say probably 1,000 euros or 2,000 euros as the deposit, or in order to not register yourself at this point in the university, but as a token money that you're blocking your seat. So that would be helpful as well for the visa guys to understand and to know that okay, you are actually going there for a genuine reason. So you can also show that in your bank statement, or whosoever has made the payment in your case, you can show that here. And if you haven't paid it yet, you could also do one thing. You can have blocked account statement as one thing, which could be from any bank, Expatrio, Fintiba, or Kotak Mahindra. If you have all these, apart from this, rather than paying the fees, which is for example, say 5 lakh, you can show 5 lakh in your bank account or in your parents' bank account. That is totally fine. The next thing that you have to take care is you need this amount in cash or card, which equates to roughly 7,000 Indian rupees, which is the visa fees. And then you have to take care of the travel health insurance. Of course, you could go to Reliance or any other Tata AIG and so, and you have to minimum do it for 3 months. And this would be required for your visa application as well at times, or at times when your visa is approved and they ask you to collect your passport, then they want to see this particular health insurance. But health insurance in 30 minutes, you can do it before the visa application because anyway you're going, so it makes sense. Other than that, these documents you would already have. These documents, once you enter Germany, you would be able to go for German health insurance. But if in case you have your blocked account from Expatrio and so, they give some health insurance like TK and so. And then this part is about for students who do not need APS, for example, if you already have an international degree. And that's pretty much it. I'll quickly go through the first document that was there. So let's quickly fill up the application form. You simply click on this application. And then of course you can change this to English, and then this is the form that you can fill up online. That is the best. If you're going to VFS, that this would be better that you fill it online, as they always need the barcode. Otherwise they would be asking you, I mean, there's also a possibility that if you don't have this form, you can download a PDF and then you can fill up the form. But I would suggest you to fill up this specific online form as it has the barcode. Otherwise VFS people are again going to ask you during the time of your application, when you're standing there during your appointment, they would say, okay, can you please fill up this one? So it's better that you'd already do it. Another important thing that you have to take care while filling up this form would be, it is a long-term stay. Many times people get confused or click on some other link and they kind of download this other form, which is the short-term stay. So you have to always make sure that you are clicking on this long-term document. So quickly, in this one you have to fill up your surname, date of birth, place of birth, country of birth. It's a very straightforward. Gender, marital status, current nationality, father's name, first name, birthplace. All these informations are straightforward. I'll quickly go through the points which are slightly tricky. Learn profession. So far, whatever you are. In my case, for example, I'm an architect, or you could just write you are a student so far. And then of course you have to write your current address as per passport details and the phone number, which should be working, of course. Type of travel document would be your ordinary passport. And number of document, this would be your passport number, when it was issued, valid until what date, and issuing state, of course, if you're from India, and then issued by Republic of India or issued in whatever the city. Mostly you have to fill up the ones which have star, but it's fine to give additional information as long as you're confident about what you're writing. Purpose of stay in Germany in this case would be study, and from what date to what date. This is important that if you're, for example, going into a winter semester, then what you could do is you could consider that, okay, on 1st of October your course is starting, so you can take 20 days, a date that is 20 days before. And this is an important thing. So considering your winter semester course is starting in October, you have to make sure that you go probably say 15 to 20 days depending on the kind of accommodation that you have found so far. But generally you could ask them for a 1 month buffer as well. So in order for you to set up all the things before studying, so that is possible firstly. So reaching Germany before 20 or 25 days before the start of your university course is possible and is practical. I have done it myself as well. So what you could do is you can write a date that is like 20 days before 1st of October. So we can simply say write 10th September 2023 in this case. I mean, of course, not in this case. Of course, it's 2024, 10th September 2024, and until could be, you don't have to worry much about this. You can simply write 30th September, considering a course is of 2 years, 2026. That's totally okay. That's totally all right. The next thing would be the type of reference. Here you would write, and here you have to select the education establishment. Here you have to write the name of the university, and here you have to write the name of the contact person who you have been in touch with since the time you have got the acceptance. So you simply write their name. So you simply write their name here. That's pretty much it, and their phone number details, and this address could be from the university. So means of support here would, in our case, would be a blocked account, and has a formal declaration. You could just write no here. You just simply tick on no as long as you have a blocked account, and then you simply here in the next point it has intended players stay in Federal Republic of Germany. If you already know the address where you're staying, you could write it here, and the postal code and the city, it's of course, and if it's a single room or if it's an apartment, however it is. Well, many times it happens that whether or not you already have to show the accommodation in the visa. So what you could do is you can just find someone. So you could make this kind of a draft letter with the person who you're exchanging the room with, and you can write their details here. And of course, you can just kind of write that, okay, this is the deposit fee that you're giving them, and they are probably subletting their room, and this you could show for your visa appointment. And I think this kind of document is also enough. As long as you already have a blocked account, they already trust you that you would have the money for it. In this one, do you intend to retain your permanent residency? You simply write yes, and it could be, for example, say India. This way you have to show them that you're not kind of, going there as a permanent person, but rather you are planning to come back. At this point, you could write this in this manner. And if your family member are intending you, probably they have Schengen visa right next to this. So you write yes or no. And do you have a health insurance? Since you already have one right now, which is the health and travel insurance that you bought. If you have been to Germany before, you have to write and mention the dates here. If not, then you simply cross this channel. Have you ever been convicted? Hopefully you would be writing all no's in this, and that's it. That's pretty much it. That's how you fill up the whole form. You quickly go through all the details once again, and then you simply click on continue, and then you would get this printed form where you would have all the information. You can also cross check again one more time because there should be no mistake in this application form. And you could just cross check all these documents and all these pages. Simply go through them again. If you have made any spelling mistake and so, make sure there are none. And that's pretty much it. And in the end, you have to write the place and date. Place and date could be 1 day before or 2 days or a week before. And place and date, it could be where you live, and the date 1 day before appointment. And you simply do a signature. And just also make sure that the barcode on the first page also is very neat and clean. That's what is required in VFS Global Center. So that's pretty much it. That's how you fill up all the forms required for a student visa application. Well, in the next video, we would be sharing experience of an individual who submitted their student visa application in September 2023 in VFS New Delhi, and simply ask that person how was their experience and what all questions did the consulate ask. I hope this video was informative in order to finish your documentation for the visa. If you have still more questions, do not forget to write them in the comments, and of course hit the subscribe button and like and share the video. And do not forget, in this digital era, this would be your way out with us. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching.